So guys, this is my review for the Avengers. I've been working my way through all the MCU movies so far, and we've finally reached the end of Phase 1. And the end of Phase 1 is the Avengers, the first Avengers movie. And this is one of the best MCU movies, I think everyone can agree. It was the first movie that really put the MCU on the map as, yes, this will be a staple of cinemas for a long time to come. And it was the first time that any superhero film had attempted such an ambitious crossover. Like, we are still feeling the effect of this film to this very day. Hell, we're waiting for the fourth Avengers movie at this point. You know, we've already had Justice League and three other we've just had so many crossovers in superhero-related films at this point, but this was the first real big one. This was the big bang that said, okay, extended universes can work, and we've been feeling the effects, both good and bad, ever since. Now, where was I? Yes, so this, I really like this one. You know, like must have been such a difficult movie. This movie had a lot of pressure on it. You know, like trying to cap off all of Phase 1, but I really like how they incorporated every character. Like watching it back recently now, just thinking, you know, every one of our main heroes is connected to the story in some way. Like the villain is Thor's brother, the MacGuffin is it's Captain America's MacGuffin from his film. You know, the big building needed in the villain's plot is Tony Stark's building. Hulk is part of Loki's plot to sort of breed dissension between everyone. You know, Hawkeye is the mind control slave of Loki for a lot of the movie, and you have Black Widow, who is trying to help bring back Hawkeye. So everyone has a reason for being there, and Nick Fury has a reason for being there because he's Nick Goddamn Fury, and that's his reason. So I did like how they really did incorporate every single hero in some way, shape or form into the plot to give them a reason to be there. They're not just there for the sake of being there. They have a stake in this story that has been set up previously in a different film or is exclusively to this film, but ties into what we've seen of them previously in the MCU. Mark Ruffalo is also great in this movie. Like, I do believe he is the best Hulk we've ever had. He has a sense of fun to him that none of the other Hulks had. Like, he still has that damaged side to him, but he also has a lightheartedness that I think was really missing from the character up until he took over the role. Everyone had a great performance. Like I said, you know, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, they're all perfect in their role and what they do for the characters and as the characters, and you know, just everyone gets a chance to shine. And I like how the movie's paced, you know, and I like how every character is set up and introduced. Like, you know, you have Nick Fury literally saying, you know, wars are won with soldiers, bam, we then go to Captain America. Captain America says you should have kept the Tesseract in the water, bam, there we go to Iron Man coming out of the water towards the Stark building. And you know, I just like how that whole sequence of meeting each hero again is set up one by one. One or two issues with narratives would be, my main issue with the narrative is it kind of slows down for a little bit while they're on the helicarrier. Like, I can understand why it slows down because, you know, a little bit of time between, you know, all the heroes fighting each other and then everyone just fighting Loki. So, and it is really important to that whole element of trying to get the team to fight amongst each other and the egos coming together, which is always fun to watch. Like, one of my favourite things about any MCU movie is the banter between characters. To be honest, I enjoy that more than some of the action scenes. And this movie has it. I think it's not the best banter we've seen between them. The banter gets better as the movies all go on. But this was still a really good script by Joss Whedon. And oh god, I'm losing train of thought here. Like, and this movie is just fun. Like, it is so much fun. It's one of the most easy to rewatch films of any MCU film for a reason. That's because it's light-hearted, it's fun, but it still has stakes. It still feels big, even though it feels kind of small in comparison to, Infinity War, where there's dozens and dozens and dozens of characters. This still feels big for what it was at the time, and it's still awesome, that one looping shot of all the Avengers standing side by side on the battlefield. That scene will never not give me goosebumps as a nerd. What else? Like I said in my Thor review, Loki is a really good villain, but I prefer his villain version in Thor to this, because here he's still really good, he's still really menacing, but he feels just like a big bad without the sort of sneaky, sort of shadowy, does things, sort of puppet master, pulls strings, politician kind of vibe that he had in the standalone Thor movie. But here he's great. He just has so much fun with the role. Tom Hiddleston, so much fun to watch as Loki, especially when he's evil Loki. I haven't been mentioning the post-credit scenes much in these reviews, but this film definitely warrants a post-credit scene acknowledgement, because the Thanos reveal is so cool. And it's really cool that we've actually been able to follow that through. Because, I don't think anyone expected it to be followed through, but we've really had it followed through, even though he's changed colour and actor a few times, and it's taken so long. But one of the things I realised rewatching was how well it really does set up future things down the line. Like, obviously it once we go beyond this, we'll start to see Tony Stark suffering PTSD that he gets when he goes through the wormhole. So you're setting up his reasonings behind making Ultron for the second Avengers film, his reasonings for, which then leads to Civil War, and you even see, and then his battles with Thanos in Infinity War. So like his connection to Thanos is born in this movie, and the seeds are sown for his mistakes that then lead to him taking the side against Captain America later on. So it really also sows the seeds of mistakes and failings for characters down the line, mainly Tony Stark. But even at the end of it, where they're showing all the news clips and what politician is like, the Avengers need to pay for the destruction they've done to the city. It's like, that is a very clever little wink and nod to the potential of civil war that was followed through on. So like, this movie was really clever in how it set up the universe overall, while still being this culmination of what the universe was at that time, to be one film that somehow manages to all work together. I've always been amazed by the Avengers movies' ability to take all these major names, major characters, big name actors, and just get everyone to work together, and no one feels like they're too shoehorned in, for the most part. Like I said, I love this movie. My only issues are it's a little slow at times in the middle, and I wish Hawkeye got more to do, but, everyone wishes Hawkeye had more to do. Overall, I'm going to give it 9 out of 10. It's a really good film. definitely a top 10 MCU movie for me, maybe even higher than, maybe top 7, 8, 6 maybe even. I just really like this one, and I will keep these coming, these reviews. Until next time, bye.